World Mission Report.
Happy Sabbath. Happy day. So today I'm going to be doing the mission story, and our title is A Song to Sing. So there was a small boy named Viktor, and he lived in Belarus, which is a country found in Eastern Europe. So Belarus was born with a condition called cerebral palsy, and this is a condition where it's a neurological disorder that appears in infants, and it permanently affects the body movement and the muscle coordination. So because of this condition, Viktor was not able to do a lot of things, and the doctors said that he was disabled, and they classified him as being invalid first group. And Viktor also experienced epileptic attacks, and this made him not do a lot of things as a child. And the diagnosis invalid first group, it is very severe. It was the most severe form of disability at that time. So because of this, his future was very gloomy, and also it became bleaker when his mother abandoned him. He had nowhere to go, and he was taken to an orphanage where he stayed. Then elsewhere in Belarus, there was an SDA woman who one day at night, she had a child cry. The child cried, then stopped crying, then cried a second time. And the mother and the SDA lady was very concerned. She was touched, and she looked for a nurse and asked why and who is that child who's crying. And she was able to be shown Daniil, who was 1 year old. And Daniil was abandoned by the mother and was also at the orphanage. And so the SDA lady was very touched by this. She called her husband and said, "There's a child here in the hospital, and I want us to come and see if we can adopt him." And in the morning, the husband came. They talked to the people there, and they were able to adopt Daniil. And this family already had 5 daughters, and also plus Daniil, who was 1 year old, those were 6. And after some time, they considered adopting another child. And they came to learn that Daniil had an older brother who was also at the orphanage. And the older brother was Viktor. So they also adopted Viktor, and now they had 7 children at home. And for the first time, Viktor heard about God from the new family. He also got to go to church every Sabbath and also learn how to read the Bible and pray. So because of this, Viktor was very happy, and he looked forward to those Sabbath days where he could go to church and praise God. And after his education, he did not have a lot of options. The doctors said that he can either repair shoes or sell vegetables and fruits. But because of his condition again, he could not be able to engage in activities that require a lot of energy. So Viktor prayed and asked God to intervene because he did not want to sell vegetables and repair shoes. And truly, God did a miracle. And Viktor was healed. And in fact, the doctors said he was no longer disabled. He was tall, strong, and he did not have any epileptic attacks again. So from this, we're able to see that now Viktor is healed, and the miracle has happened, and now he was able to do what he likes. And his father suggested that he pursues a career in music because he loved to sing. So he joined a music school at Zaoksky, and he was able to compose music, write lyrics, play the piano, and he even organized a concert of his own music. And after Victor was not sure about his future, he was like, what will happen after I'm done with music school? Where will I go? What will I do? But he was not worried. He looked back. And from this, I like how in a previous sermon, Pastor Colin Mappa said that we should look at the reference points in our lives, what God has done for us, and from that, we should not be worried because we are sure that he will do that again. And now from that, Victor reminded himself of Jeremiah 29:11 that says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." And in fact, Victor said, "What God has planned for me is a mystery, but I know that He will work out everything for the best." From this, we're able to see that now Victor trusts in God and trusts his future, that God is going to do it for him. And from this mission emphasis, part of this quarter's 13th Sabbath offering will help open a center of influence for young people in Minsk, which is in Belarus. And some objectives we get from the mission emphasis is to disciple individuals and families into spirit-filled lives, to increase accession, retention, reclamation, and participation of children, youth, and young adults, and also to help youth and young adults place God first and exemplify a biblical worldview. So that is our mission story today, and I hope you'll be blessed.